Hey everybody, Alex Miller at Capnion here. I wanted to share some very recent news about privacy in the cryptocurrency space. I had some really great stuff, backlog of really exciting stuff to share about Ghost PAI, but this story is just too current and it fits too well with some of the other things I've been saying. So, some of you, maybe if you've seen some of my talks, the area I work in, private computation, is very advanced in the cryptocurrency world. This is where some of the notable scale production implementations are in coins like Zcash and Monero. And then another trick you can tack on top of whatever else you were doing, and I'm going to talk about the Ethereum ecosystem today in particular, is you can make what's called a mixer. And a mixer is, well, I wanted to pay you some Ethereum, and I just didn't want to know that I was paying you. And so this application, a mixer, I kind of put my transaction in a big pot with a bunch of other transactions, and then the money all kind of goes out from that pot, and then nobody can tell that I paid money to a particular person. All people can see is that I paid into the pot, and somebody else, along with a lot of other somebody else's, got paid out of the pot. If this sounds like money laundering to you, you're on top of where this is going. So there was an Ethereum mixer application, distributed application called Tornado, pretty well known. I've mentioned it in some of the talks I've been giving about privacy coins in the past few months. As I mentioned, this kind of thing is actually really useful for laundering money that you've stolen or cryptocurrency that you've stolen specifically. And in particular, there were a string of incidents where North Korean state actors probably stole millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, usually from these bridges, which are worth a video of their own. And law enforcement in the United States got sick of it, and now this particular Ethereum application and a lot of addresses, people, uh, companies, different things attached to this project are all now on naughty no-go lists in the United States, and you're going to get in trouble if you do any kind of business with them. So this fits pretty well, unfortunately, with one of my prior narratives, especially about privacy coins and crypto. What's the right amount of privacy? It's kind of complicated because at some point, maybe you're providing a lot of privacy that nobody legitimate has a legitimate need for. And you're exactly making these regulatory issues harder. You're exactly providing something that's useful to criminals and it's going to piss off law enforcement. People are going to come down on different places where to strike this balance. But it's definitely true that if you just want to get something out to the people to provide them with privacy, to let them do whatever else they wanted to do with a cryptocurrency, or it could be some other kind of application, there's always this balance where not everything that comes with privacy is good. And at some point, you're going to create new problems for yourself trying to be super duper duper private with these kind of advanced technologies. So, this is a really interesting example. It's going to be interesting to see how it evolves. I believe Monero, which is one of the most prominent privacy coins, at one time used a mixing like functionality as well. It has not shown up as much in these kinds of conversations, certainly hasn't been shut down. Tornado is notable because the Ethereum ecosystem, arguably the biggest and most important. Bitcoin is larger, but it doesn't do the smart contract thing, so it doesn't show up in as many places. When you steal a lot of money, it's probably going to be Ethereum or Bitcoin. Maybe a minority of it could be in something like Monero. So because Tornado is something that works in the Ethereum ecosystem with Ethereum, it was getting a lot of action in this shady setting. Is it technically that different from what's going on in some of these other coins? Maybe not. But then once again, it's showing up on the radar in law enforcement, and now it's paid the price. So question I'd advise you to keep your eyes open to answer is, what's going to happen to Monero and Zcash if this is the direction that Tornado has gone in. More to come.